Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
So, this movie, I think, can be described as a tear-jerker. I think there's more to it than that, but I think that very definitely you will shed a tear here and there throughout
Definitely.
the movie. Do you like those movies? Do you like going for that kind of release when you go see a movie?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. I mean, I think that, a lot of people chalk up, I have a kind of problem when, people chalk up a movie to all about crying or something like that, you know what I mean? Where it's like, go see it if you want to bawl your eyes out. It's like, I kind of hate that idea. It's like, I like to walk into a movie feeling like I've learned something, feeling like something's changed, you know what I mean? That's what is really a lot more special to me, that's who I find influential, you know? So that's what I aspire to make.
Right. And so what do you think people will learn from If I Stay?
I think I think it's a lot to learn, honestly. I think that's not even almost to learn. I think it's just the fact that they'll leave feeling like they felt something. You know what I mean? I think that it's a really beautiful movie about life and death and happiness and sadness and music, and it's just a beautiful story. It's a moment in time which doesn't really have any boundaries. It's really beautiful. I really enjoy it.
The script is, or what we see on screen anyway, jumps between time frames all the way through. Was that in the original script? And if so, what did you think when you were first reading it? Because in the movie, visually, everything very easy to follow. But on the script, a little different probably, right?
Well, I mean, it's in the book to begin with, you know what I mean? So that was the first thing, you know. And my biggest thing was, like, we need to be able to adapt that correctly. We need to be able to show what we need to show, and also having to take the liberties you have to take to make a movie. And the greatest thing is the fact that the person who adapted it was actually the writer. So Gail did both, which was so easy.
So whatever sheet changes she decided to make, that was going to be okay.
Exactly. It was going to be solid. And honestly, I think, reading the script, I was always like, I hope it transitions well. I hope it transitions well. Like, I hope we don't watch this movie and we go, wait, these are two different Mias, and I don't even know who these people are. You know what I mean? Like, I was just praying it wasn't going to be that. So, yeah.
Well, lots of challenges here for you on a couple of different levels, I think. There are, I think, just probably the technical challenge of really looking like you're playing that cello when you are, because there's nothing worse in a movie than doing the close-up of the hands, and then who are obviously somebody else's hands, and then a close-up of the person's face pretending that they're playing.
Fun.
So there's the technical challenge of that. So talk to me a little bit about that. How did you study? Are you musical? Do you play anything else, that kind of thing?
I studied for about 4 or 5 months. I did the best I could. It's an instrument that it's a classical instrument, and you need to play that thing for 15 years to even be good at playing it. So I'd be foolish to try and say that I learned to become a master cellist within 5 months. But I did my best. In wide shots I kind of pulled it off. But obviously I had great doubles who made me look really awesome, and I think my biggest idea was just really getting the physicality down, and I had my cello instructor, and she was really amazing, and she showed me a lot about the physicality of it, and I watched a lot of cellists perform, and that was the best thing, was just watching that and really feeling it.
Where are there doubles? Because I don't remember thinking that there were doubles.
We did a good bit of digital face replacement.
Oh, that's how it worked. Yeah, because I was thinking
it's the only way. It's about the only way to get it like that, because she's my double has played cello since she was like 5.
Yeah.
So
there's all that stuff like that. Those, I don't even know what you call it, but vibrato, when they're just really pulling on the string like that. It's the kind of thing that you have to. You can't fake that. That's someone who actually really knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah, there's no way to fake it.
So, technical challenge, and then there's the sort of more, the acting challenge, the creative challenge of essentially playing two Mias. I mean, you're playing. This doesn't give anything away. I think people know that there is a character of Mia who is and she oversees. She's a ghostly presence, a spirit who kind of overlooks.
Takes you through the past.
And so tell me a little bit about that, and just making sure that people really understood that. Was it just all on the page, or did you bring something
honestly,
to it?
A lot of that was just, putting my trust into RJ and saying, man, like, we're gonna film this, and I'm gonna do the best I can. But at the end of the day, it's editing and stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it was just making the characters linear,
Right.
which wasn't hard to do, but also making them different. That was not that hard to do. That was a bit easier, but I just had to really hope that they do it justice. That they do it the right way and they are able to elegantly transition from piece to piece, because it is two different movies. It's two different lighting. Like, the cinematography completely shifts.
Yeah. Well, you're glowing. You have a sort of a glow to you. And things around, like the light fixtures and whatever.
Everything's
have
a bit
kind
more
of
iridescent almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Closely.
Had you read the book?
Yeah.
Before the project came along? Or was
No, like more like during. It was pretty much simultaneous. I read the book, read the script, read the book again, read the script again, read the book several times.
Do you take different things away from the book and the script? Like, does the book have more detail in terms of?
Yeah. The book has a lot more detail. It's a book. You can fit so much in a novel in 300, 400 pages.
But they are two different things, though. I mean, the Mia might be a little different in the book than she is in the film.
Well, artistic liberties with film, of course. But my biggest thing was really making her honest to the book, because I've been a fan of book series, and I see the movie and I'm like, that was such a letdown. You know what I mean? And I hate that feeling, because for me, like, I want to be able to be a fan of my own work. Right. And, I hate being let down in a movie theater. I hate paying the amount of money you pay nowadays to go buy a ticket and then being let down. It's just not fun. Yeah. And I didn't want my fans to see that,
Your choices seem varied, and they are, I think. But I do think that there's kind of a line through them. The characters...
They're linear.
Yeah, they are. They feel that way to me,
well, I
even
think
though
they're linear in the sense that they're all strong characters.
Yeah, the strong who are frequently up against some real adversity,
some big antagonists. In a sense.
Yeah. So you have. I mean, you would think, on the surface of it, that Carrie and If I Stay are two completely different things, but they're not that different, right?
No, they're not that different. No, a lot of my characters are a lot of the same. Because, I think a lot of them are like me.
Right.
I think the basis of them are the fact that they can be strong. You know what I mean? The fact that they have a big mountain in front of them, but they're going to climb it, and they're going to fight as hard as they can. I mean, the weakest character, but also the strongest character I played is Carrie. She's so weak and so strong. Like, she is two different characters in one. I mean, she was so diverse and so... I mean, God, she's so dark, and there's just so much to learn with her.
But you see it in the film. You see kind of when the switch goes off in the film, when she really has figured it out.
Telekinesis. Telekinesis really powers her. Yeah. And that's the same thing with Mia. I mean, with Mia, she's this introvert until she plays the cello. Yeah. And the cello brings her alive, and she learns how I am. I'm pretty shy, unless I'm speaking about my job. I'm really shy if you put me around teenagers my age.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because your life is a little different than theirs, or is it just because of a natural shyness?
I mean, sometimes it's because they judge me and it kind of scares me, but also it's just the fact that, like, crowds scare me, like, teenagers scare me, new people, like, get really quiet and, like, awkward, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just something I've never done before.